Nature hath given men one tongue but two ears, that we may hear from others twice as much as we speak. Epictetus. Dive into the Stoic perspective on human behavior today as we unravel 10 truths you need to accept about people. If exploring how Stoicism can deepen your understanding of interpersonal relationships and bring you greater peace sounds appealing, be sure to subscribe to our channel. Stoicism is more than an ancient philosophy. It's a practical toolkit for everyday interactions. It teaches us to peer beneath the surface of actions and words to discover the real motivations driving people's behaviors. Join us as we explore 10 essential Stoic insights that can transform how we relate to others and understand ourselves. Keep watching as we decode these truths, one by one, and feel free to share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. 1. Everyone is shaped by their experiences. When you find yourself frustrated with a colleague who frequently misses deadlines, it's tempting to label them as lazy or unreliable. However, this judgment might overlook a deeper, more complex picture influenced by what can be described as the baggage of experience. Everyone carries an invisible backpack filled with their past experiences, shaping their personalities, anxieties, and coping mechanisms. These experiences, both positive and negative, profoundly influence our behaviors and reactions in various situations. Stoicism offers a valuable perspective here, emphasizing the importance of focusing on what we can control, our perceptions and reactions. According to Stoic principles, we cannot control the past experiences of others, but we can choose how to interpret their actions. Seneca, a Stoic philosopher, once noted, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." This suggests that our negative assumptions about others, such as laziness, might be more about our own projections than the actual intentions or abilities of those around us. Recognizing the influence of past experiences can significantly change how we interact with others. It allows us to foster empathy, understanding that behaviors that may seem problematic on the surface often stem from complex personal histories. This understanding opens up space for more meaningful conversations instead of jumping to conclusions. By approaching someone with curiosity rather than judgment, we can ask questions that uncover more about their motivations and challenges, which can lead to more effective and supportive solutions. Furthermore, by embracing this perspective, we enhance our relationships. Accepting that everyone's behavior is influenced by their unique past experiences allows us to connect more deeply and supportively, acknowledging the whole person rather than a single aspect of their behavior. In shifting our focus from immediate judgment to deeper understanding, we not only alleviate personal frustrations, but also contribute to a more compassionate and supportive environment. This change in approach reflects a profound application of Stoicism, helping us to build stronger, more resilient relationships grounded in mutual understanding rather than surface-level perceptions. 2. Diverse communication styles. You're about to present a significant project, and the feedback from a well-meaning but brutally honest friend comes off as harsh, almost rude. This moment can stir up doubts about their intentions. Are they trying to help or hurt? The truth often lies in understanding the diverse ways we communicate. Communication styles vary widely. Some people are direct, preferring to cut straight to the point without sugarcoating their words, while others might adopt a more nuanced, indirect way of expressing thoughts, using gentle hints or non-verbal cues. These differences often originate from a mix of upbringing, cultural influences, and personal traits. Misunderstandings can easily arise when these differing styles clash. What is intended as straightforward feedback can be perceived as harsh criticism, and what is meant to be diplomatically cautious can come off as evasive or even passive-aggressive. It's the classic scenario of messages getting lost in translation due to conflicting communication styles. The Stoic philosophy, particularly the teachings of Epictetus, offers a valuable lesson here. Nature gave us one tongue and two ears, so we could hear twice as much as we speak. This emphasizes the importance of active listening, where the focus is on truly understanding the other person's perspective rather than just hearing them out while waiting for a chance to respond. Revisiting the scenario with your friend, it's possible their straightforwardness is not an act of rudeness, but a sign of their commitment to honesty, albeit delivered without much finesse. Their goal might genuinely be to help you succeed by pointing out areas that could genuinely improve your presentation. Through recognizing and adapting to various communication methods, we not only make our interactions smoother, but also more meaningful, paving the way for more effective and empathetic exchanges. 3. Varied responses to stress. You approach a colleague with a question about a project, but their response is curt and accompanied by a frustrated sigh. It's easy to feel personally attacked in such moments, but understanding that stress affects everyone differently can shift your perspective and prevent unnecessary conflict. Stress can make people react in varied ways. Some might seek comfort in social interactions, while others prefer solitude to deal with their stress. Then there are those who might lash out, not because they intend to hurt anyone, but because they are struggling to manage their internal pressure. Imagine your colleague is under the stress of a looming deadline. Their irritability is likely a reflection of this pressure rather than any issue with you. Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, offers valuable insight here. If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it, and this you have the power to revoke at any moment. This principle reminds us that our reactions are not dictated by external events, but by how we interpret them. By recognizing that a snappy response might be stress-induced, you can choose to respond with understanding rather than anger. Empathy is crucial in such situations. Instead of reacting defensively, consider responding with support. You could offer to help, give them some space, or simply acknowledge their stress and ask how you can assist. This approach not only helps diffuse potential conflict, but also strengthens team dynamics. Understanding the various ways stress can manifest allows for smoother interactions and more effective teamwork. It encourages a supportive environment where team members feel understood and appreciated, even in high-pressure situations. By fostering open communication about stress, everyone can better navigate their challenges and support each other, creating a more harmonious and productive work environment. 4. Inherent judgment. We often find ourselves making quick judgments about others based on first impressions. Take, for example, the quiet person sitting alone in a corner. It's easy to assume they're unfriendly or aloof. But Stoicism encourages us to pause and seek a deeper understanding before forming such opinions. Our brains are designed to make efficient decisions with limited information. This can be helpful, but it also leads to snap judgments that may not accurately reflect reality. The person perceived as unfriendly might actually be shy, introverted, or simply a deep thinker who prefers observation to conversation. By immediately labeling them as unfriendly, we risk missing out on connecting with someone who could offer valuable insights and friendship. Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic philosopher, emphasized controlling our own thoughts and judgments rather than being swayed by external appearances. He said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." This perspective is crucial because it reminds us that our perceptions are within our control, and by mastering how we interpret others' behaviors, we open ourselves to more accurate and meaningful interactions. Suspending judgment involves questioning our initial reactions and considering other possibilities. It means not ignoring red flags, but being open to understanding what might be behind a person's demeanor. Perhaps the quiet individual is dealing with a personal challenge, or they come from a cultural background where reserve is a sign of respect. The advantages of refraining from quick judgments are manifold. It reduces bias, which allows for fairer and more informed decisions. It fosters stronger, more authentic relationships by encouraging a sense of trust and openness. Additionally, being aware of our propensity for snap judgments enhances our self-awareness, making us more mindful and less reactive. 5. Universal insecurities. When you encounter a colleague who frequently boasts about their achievements, it might be tempting to label them as arrogant. However, a deeper exploration, inspired by Stoic wisdom, suggests that such bravado might actually be a mask for deep-seated insecurities. Recognizing this can transform our reactions from disdain or envy to compassion and understanding. Many people harbor hidden anxieties and self-doubts, resembling an iceberg where the majority is concealed beneath the surface. Those who appear confident or who often brag might be struggling with feelings of inadequacy, using their accomplishments as a shield to seek validation and to quiet their fears of not being good enough. This behavior is not so much about their actual achievements as it is about their need to feel validated and reassured. Misinterpreting someone's bravado as arrogance can lead to unnecessary barriers. By distancing ourselves from those we perceive as boastful, we miss the opportunity to connect meaningfully. However, if we consider that their behavior may stem from insecurity rather than genuine self-assurance, we can begin to see their vulnerability and respond with empathy. Seneca, a Roman Stoic philosopher, sheds light on this by saying, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor." This reflection highlights that the underlying issue for many who brag is not their accomplishments but their unfulfilled need for self-worth. They are driven by an inner feeling of inadequacy, constantly seeking external approval to compensate for what they internally lack. By understanding that bragging can be a symptom of insecurity, we can adjust our approach. Rather than condemning or competing, offering genuine compliments and acknowledging their achievements can help alleviate their insecurities. This not only fosters a healthier work environment, but also enhances our relationships. Cultivating compassion instead of fostering competition or resentment can lead to a reduction in workplace conflict and strengthen team dynamics. It also enhances our self-awareness, helping us to recognize and manage our own insecurities. By adopting a more empathetic viewpoint, we contribute to a more supportive and productive workplace, enriching both our personal interactions and our professional collaborations. Before moving on to the next part, don't forget to click the subscribe button to continue watching other useful videos. 6. Self-interest in relationships. Have you ever noticed a friend being especially eager to help you with a task? It might seem like pure kindness, but there's often more to it. Stoicism teaches us that while people are naturally drawn to actions that benefit them, this doesn't necessarily undermine the authenticity of their connections. Human nature drives us to seek benefits in our relationships, which isn't inherently negative. A friend might help you because they genuinely care about maintaining a strong bond, but they also derive a sense of self-worth from being helpful. This combination of motivations, caring for the friendship and enjoying the emotional rewards of being supportive, adds a layer of complexity to their actions. However, it's easy to become cynical and suspect that help offered by others is merely self-serving. This view can lead us to doubt their sincerity or feel exploited. By understanding the concept of the benefit bridge, the idea that helping actions can be mutually beneficial, we can see the genuine care behind the actions and appreciate the personal gains involved. Drawing from Stoicism and the teachings of Socrates, who influenced Stoic thought, we learn the importance of contentment and mutual respect. Socrates once said, "He who is not contented with what he has would not be contented with what he would like to have." This philosophy encourages us to value our relationships and the help we receive, focusing on the quality of these interactions rather than just the tangible benefits. Recognizing the benefit bridge allows us to appreciate the full range of motivations behind a friend's willingness to help. This understanding fosters a healthier, more reciprocal relationship where both parties feel valued and respected. When we embrace this perspective, it leads to stronger bonds built on mutual respect and reduces cynicism, creating a more positive social atmosphere. By focusing on mutual respect and reciprocity, we ensure that both parties in a relationship feel appreciated and that the benefits of helping are shared. This balance strengthens our connections and enriches our interactions, demonstrating that while we might be drawn to what benefits us, it is the shared respect and genuine connections that truly enrich our lives. 7. Projection of thoughts and feelings. When a friend cancels plans, it's easy to feel rejected and assume they don't want to spend time with you. This reaction is often not about their intentions, but rather a reflection of our own anxieties and insecurities, which can dramatically color our perception of their actions. Our minds are like stages where personal dramas play out, influenced heavily by our fears and past experiences. If a friend cancels, this incident can become a scene in which our insecurities about worthiness or belonging are the main actors, leading us to interpret these cancellations as personal rejections. This tendency to project our fears onto others' actions can strain relationships. It leads to resentment and a distance that might not reflect the true nature of the situation. In reality, the cancellation might have nothing to do with us. Perhaps our friend is simply overwhelmed, unwell, or dealing with their own issues that require attention. Stoic philosophy, particularly the teachings of Marcus Aurelius, prompts us to reflect inwardly before casting judgment outwardly. He suggests that before finding fault with others, we should ask ourselves if what we're criticizing in them is actually a fault we dislike in ourselves. This introspection can reveal that our reactions are more about our internal struggles than about others' intentions. Practicing mindfulness helps in recognizing these patterns. By observing our immediate reactions to events like a friend canceling, we can start to differentiate between what is a projection of our internal narrative and what is actually happening. This clarity allows us to manage our reactions more effectively and maintain healthier relationships. 8. Differing values. Observing a friend indulging in expensive experiences while you adhere to a more frugal lifestyle might initially strike you as imprudent. However, Stoicism encourages a deeper understanding of personal values and motivations, which can reshape our perceptions and reactions toward such differences. Every individual's value system is uniquely shaped by their experiences, upbringing, and personal priorities. For some, spending on travel and adventure represents an investment in personal happiness and life experiences. In contrast, others view saving and financial security as paramount, essential for future stability and peace of mind. These preferences don't necessarily signify right or wrong. Instead, they highlight the diverse ways in which people find fulfillment and security in their lives. When we judge our friends' financial habits through the lens of our own values, we risk creating unnecessary tension. You might perceive your friend's expenditure as reckless, whereas they might see your cautious saving as overly conservative. Such judgments, however, overlook the personal context driving each person's decisions and constrain otherwise healthy relationships. Epictetus, a renowned Stoic philosopher, advises us to focus on our internal compass by asking, how long are you going to wait before you demand the best for yourself? This reflection isn't about material gains, but about aligning our lives with our deepest values. It's a call to respect our paths and those of others, recognizing that each person's best might look different. Acknowledging that your friend's spending is an expression of their values, just as your saving expresses yours, allows for mutual respect to flourish. It isn't about abandoning your principles, but understanding and appreciating that each person navigates life based on what they hold dear. Furthermore, finding commonalities, such as a shared value for adventure, can bridge apparent disparities. While your expressions of adventure differ, the underlying value can form a solid foundation for empathy and shared experiences. This approach not only minimizes conflicts, but also enriches the relationship, providing a platform for both parties to learn from each other's perspectives. 9. Motivational differences. When a colleague relentlessly pursues advancement, it's easy to label them as cutthroat. However, Stoic principles encourage us to consider alternative explanations for their behavior, suggesting that their motivation might stem from personal goals rather than a desire to dominate others. Visualize motivation as a complex landscape, where different paths represent various drives and goals. While some individuals seek external accolades, such as promotions or public accolades, others are propelled by intrinsic values like personal development and mastery of skills. Hence, a colleague's ambitious push for a promotion might not signify a competitive threat, but rather a pursuit of personal fulfillment and professional growth. This misinterpretation of motives can lead to unnecessary workplace tension. Viewing a driven colleague as a competitor rather than a partner can create an adversarial atmosphere, stifling potential collaboration and mutual support. It's crucial to step back and reassess our initial impressions, considering the possibility that their actions are not directed against us but are aligned with their personal aspirations. Marcus Aurelius offers wisdom that aligns with this perspective. Dwell on the beauty of life, watch the stars, and see yourself running with them. This quote inspires us to focus on our own goals and appreciate the journey, rather than becoming entangled in others' ambitions. By doing so, we can maintain a clearer perspective on our interactions and motivations, which in turn fosters a more supportive and understanding work environment. Recognizing that a colleague's drive for advancement might be driven by a quest for personal growth allows us to view them in a different light, as potential allies rather than adversaries. This shift in perception can transform workplace dynamics, promoting a collaborative environment where all team members are encouraged to pursue their personal best. The advantages of decoding true motivations are significant. It allows teams to utilize each member's strengths more effectively and tailor communications to enhance understanding and cooperation. Moreover, it minimizes conflicts by clarifying intentions, helping everyone to focus on shared objectives rather than personal rivalries. 10. Post-decision rationalization. It's disappointing when a friend cancels plans at the last minute, especially when they cite being too busy as the reason. While it's easy to feel rejected or let down, Stoicism invites us to consider deeper motivations beyond the apparent excuses, reminding us that the surface reasons may not fully explain their actions. When friends provide reasons like a packed schedule for canceling, they might actually be navigating their own emotional or mental challenges that they find difficult to express. They could be feeling overwhelmed, not necessarily by their schedule, but perhaps by the need for personal space and time to recharge. These deeper reasons are often masked by more socially acceptable excuses because they might fear their honesty could be misunderstood or hurt someone's feelings. Responding to these justifications with understanding rather than disappointment requires us to look beyond our initial reactions. Marcus Aurelius taught us to focus not on retaliation or holding grudges, but on understanding and responding with virtue. By applying this wisdom, we can avoid dwelling on feelings of personal slight and instead consider what our friend might be going through. By acknowledging that a friend's need to cancel plans might stem from needs they find hard to articulate, such as the need for solitude or dealing with stress, we open the door to deeper communication. This approach allows us to address the real issues at hand and find ways to support each other better. In doing so, we foster a relationship where honesty and understanding are paramount, and where both parties feel seen and supported. This understanding not only strengthens friendships, but also enriches our own emotional responses, making us more compassionate and empathetic. It helps build a foundation where friends can share their true feelings without fear of judgment, enhancing the trust and bond between them. We've just explored 10 truths you need to accept about people through Stoicism, emphasizing the importance of understanding what we can and can't control, specifically focusing on our reactions instead of others' actions. These insights are key to fostering stronger, more empathetic relationships and achieving personal peace. I encourage you to apply these Stoic principles in your daily interactions and share how they've influenced your relationships. If you found this video enlightening, please leave a 1 in the comments, share it, and subscribe to our channel for more Stoic wisdom. Let's grow together in understanding and mindfulness.